Russia has successfully tested a new nuclear-powered cruise missile, a weapon President Vladimir Putin claims can evade any missile defense system. The test comes amid heightened tensions over the war in Ukraine and ongoing negotiations with the United States. The missile, known as the 9Men-730 Burevestnik or Storm Petrel, was tested on October 21st. Russian military officials say it traveled about 14,000 kilometers, roughly 8,700 miles, and remained airborne for nearly 15 hours. President Putin described the weapon as unique and invincible against current and future missile defenses. Speaking at a meeting with generals overseeing the war in Ukraine, he said the missile's successful testing was once considered unlikely by Russian specialists. Russian specialists once doubted such a weapon could be possible. Now, crucial testing has been concluded.
Испытание крылатой ракеты неограниченной дальности «Буревестник» с ядерной энергетической установкой.
The Burevestnik was first revealed in 2018 and is part of Russia's response to NATO's growing missile defense systems. With its nuclear-powered engine, the missile is claimed to have virtually unlimited range and the ability to take unpredictable flight paths, making interception extremely difficult. As per defense analysts, the significance here isn't just technical, it's a geopolitical signal. Russia is showcasing strategic capabilities that could challenge Western deterrents. The timing of this test is seen as a clear message to the West. It coincides with President Trump taking a tougher stance on Russia to push for a ceasefire in Ukraine. Analysts say the display of military strength underscores Moscow's position that it will never bow to Western pressure. Following the test, Putin instructed military leaders to classify the weapon and prepare the infrastructure necessary for deployment. The Burevestnik is expected to become a key component of Russia's strategic nuclear arsenal in the coming years. The Burevestnik represents not just a technological achievement, but a powerful symbol of Russia's military ambitions and strategic posture in a tense global environment. How the West responds remains to be seen.
This missile is really like a small airplane. It has a jet engine on it. And just like a jet engine uses fuel to burn oxygen, this does exactly the same thing, but it uses a nuclear reactor to burn the oxygen and produce the thrust. The system is intended to defeat a missile defense. And so the idea is because it can fly for basically an unlimited range, then it can fly around defenses. On the other hand, you could build more defenses, or you could use aircraft to go intercept them. So I don't think the system is invincible, but it's part of the deepening arms race that we're in, where they've come up with a new system and now we have to come up with something to shoot it down. I think we are just generally seeing a greater emphasis on nuclear weapons. We're seeing countries use nuclear threats more and more to get their way in the world. And so while I think a lot of these programs have existed for years, if not decades, the reason Putin is doing this on live TV while wearing fatigues is because he wants to send a certain message.
Pust. Есть pust.
Well, I hope we'll never have a nuclear war, and if we see it being used, we probably won't be around afterwards to talk about it. But the point of the system is to defeat missile defenses like Golden Dome. So what I guess I would emphasize to people is, don't think about necessarily the day after this gets used, because we won't be here. But we are all going to have to live with the arms race that we're seeing, which is both the United States and Russia investing heavily in new offensive systems and defenses. And this is going to be a constant back and forth that's going to cost, trillions of dollars. We know that the Russians have been up at the test site since the middle of the summer. So they've been at this for a long time, and we've seen a lot of activity that we thought were associated with tests. So it's probably the case that there were tests earlier this summer that didn't work, and that what Russia is announcing now is either finally a successful test, or maybe they're just making it all up and they all failed, but they wanted to say it worked. But this program has been tested for a long time, and there's a lot of evidence that past tests have not been successful. So the United States investigated a very similar system in the 1950s, but decided that it was just too much of an environmental nightmare, and so chose not to build it. So it's true that only Russia has been crazy enough to actually build one of these things, but it doesn't mean that Russia is the only country that could build such a thing. It's just other countries, I think, have thought better of it. The program itself, I think, has been in development for about 10 years. It was several years ago that Putin announced the system had begun testing, and presumably there was a period of development even before that. So this is a program that's been in the works for a long time.
Нормальные условия старта.
Есть нормальные условия старта.
Есть расчет. Вперед 6,5, есть пускоскорость.
Декрет 0, декрет 0.
Давление в системах ОВД гидравлики в норме. Значит, командир, есть нормальные условия старта.
Есть расчет.
Welcome to Money Control, your ultimate destination in the ever-evolving world of finance, business, markets, policy, and technology. India's preeminent news platform, driven by facts and fueled by data. A platform made in India, and for the world. Moneycontrol.com has a staggering reach of 100 million plus monthly active users and 6.02 million daily active users. Being a transformative digital force, reshaping how we engage with money, markets, and news. Setting us apart is our commitment to delivering accurate information and empowering financial decision-making in a dynamic ecosystem. Seeking a deeper dive into the financial realm, we present Money Control Pro, a powerhouse of exclusive insights, providing actionable investment ideas and expert analysis. Because in today's fast-paced world, informed decisions demand both information and expertise. And we have 1 million plus Money Control Pro total paid subscribers and 100% return in 1.5 years, beating the market. Explore market trends, access expert opinions, and utilize essential financial tools all at your fingertips. Join the millions who trust Moneycontrol.com for their financial journey, where facts meet finance and data drives decisions. Think markets, think Money Control.